Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. Welcome to another streaming Saturday. I look terrible on my camera, and that's because I kind of rushed into... I was running a little bit late, and I rushed into streaming. I was working on a YouTube video earlier, so I didn't get a chance to fix all of my web cameras, but I can do that right now. I swear I know what I'm doing, so... configure video, and then let's see about this auto right here. That looks better. We can live with that. So there's the amazing cam. Looks pretty good. Right here. So there's the amazing cam, then we'll go over to full screen cam. Full screen cam looks better, actually. So I haven't changed the comic back there. I need to do that soon. Web browser. Oops, oh yeah, okay, that worked just fine. Oh, I would have thought that this wouldn't have worked correctly, but it's there. Card cam. Okay, I need to plug in the card cam before the card cam works. Pro tip. So that's plugged in. Card cam. There we go. So we got a pre-release pack of Innistrad Midnight Hunt to open up, and that'll be coming later. And then the game cam looks good. So I have to change something here actually. Where do we change this? A couple of little things to change. Guess we'll change that. And then also the schedule. Got to change today's schedule. Schedule text. Here we go. So we are going to do the gold digging, and then got some cracker pack in there. And we might do Innistrad draft, but definitely we're going to do a little bit of Innistrad constructed. We've got a brand new type of format for a little while, and we'll do that. I'm gonna do draft, probably. We've got snack chat and so forth, so we'll probably do that, but we'll see. And snack chat. I think that's what our goals will be for the moment. And I got a haircut today, and we'll see how that shows up in the stream. But you know how it is. As soon as you get the haircut, it never behaves. Hey Stevie, how are you doing? I just finished checking all my cameras, and they seem to work, so we can do a little gameplay now. Today's gold digging is cast 20 blue or red. Okay, I've been playing with this mono blue deck. That's been very fun, actually. I don't like this sound playing. I guess it got a little bit better, but I'm gonna go over to the mono blue deck that I have here. It's been really messing with the opponents very well. It's a mono blue deck with no counter spells, but it's still Savage Worm? Turn 6 Savage Worm? Don't you mean Craw Worm? Alright, so Izoni and Umori. What's going on? This is the one that decreases. So this is all creatures. Okay, that's fine. We have Depart. Only one. We got a bunch of card draw. I go first. Okay. we can live with this. So this is a mono blue deck that messes with the opponent until we can release the Kraken. I've got at least 1 or 2 Krakens in this deck, such as Tolarian Kraken, 6 mana, 4/6. And whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1. When you do, you may tap or untap target creature. So I'm playing against a creature deck, so that'll be fun. I can usually want to foretell that depart, but I can make it work right now or not. Let's see, should I draw a card or depart it? Yeah, let's draw a card. I can take over. So part of what makes this deck fun is that I can also take over the opponent's stuff. I can steal their stuff and make them part of my squad. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on this. Sure. How about you can gain life eventually. Missing mana. Okay, fine. Getting notifications on Twitter. So what do we want to do here? I can toss back. I didn't get my 4th land, so that's not great. I can do Winged Words to draw 2 cards. I'll get a little bit of damage off of that. Yeah, that'll work. Let's draw a bunch of cards. Hopefully we get another land. Oop, there's a land. Let's drop this land. They're looking at what is that magical card that lets them draw 3 cards. Okay, so 4 mana, what will they do? Okay, so they want to play their, not their commander, but their card next turn, and I want to steal it, but that would require 4, 5, 6, that requires 7 mana. I'm not going to be able to do that very easily. That's fine. Here I've got 5 mana, so I can summon Jace, and then I can bounce back their thing. So let's do that. Let's play my commander, just pump it up. Then if they don't kill my commander, I guess I can live with that. If they don't kill my commander and then they summon Umori, that's fine. And then I can toss back. So yep, they always want to go for the Planeswalker. Even though it's not an incredibly powerful Planeswalker, but it does fun stuff. Okay, so they're gonna go with Umori. Creatures are decreased, so they can pay for that bat. And got one of those. So eventually I'm gonna need 6 mana. If I had 1 more mana, I could have been able to steal Umori. But I guess okay, there's my 6th mana. So we're gonna have to do this. Well, let's just have them pay for Umori again, just because that'll send them back. Okay, then next turn I have 6 mana, and with those 6 mana, I can steal their Umori or their commander. What are they gonna play? Umori or their commander? I will gladly steal either one of them. Okay, I'll steal Umori. Now, I guess I can also take their Umori. I'll take that, and then we can have +1 on that. Okay, so they've got their Menace 3/3 creature, that's fine. If I want to steal Izoni, yeah, they should also attack with their 3/3, but fine, I guess I'll steal that next. Slin Voda could come in. That's a nice scary 8/8, but they've got black, so I'm sure they've got removal. Doomed Necromancer, sacrifice this card to the battlefield, whatever. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I have 9 mana, 6, 7, 8. If I have 1 more mana, I could summon Slin Voda. Now what I could do is I could steal 1 creature. Just bring another big scary creature out here. And draw another card. My graveyard fills up with cards pretty fast in this deck, so I can escape. Don't have anything to pay at that point. Guess I'll make another creature. See about attacking with that. They have 3 mana and it's pausing for something. Okay, something's gonna get Death Touch, which is fine. I doubt they'll block with that. If they do, I guess I can live with. Oops, okay. Fine. That dies, but they can bring it back or whatever with his Zodi. Flyer, Death Touch, return it to the battlefield. Okay, don't you want to bring back... I guess they have more ways to bring back directly. Well, that's pretty synergistic and pretty annoying. Seven, 8, 9, 10. I have 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 mana. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 mana, so declined for that. Let's see about this. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, God. Math did it to me again. Next turn, I'll have 10 mana. Single block that. That now has Menace. 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that one more time. I guess they are going to wait until Izoni has a whole bunch of great stuff in the graveyard, since I already used up my Keeper. When it deals combat damage to the player, you can scry. Oops, they tucked something away. Oh, so they definitely want to scry off of that. I can finally kick a Slin Voda. And we'll see if it was worth it or not. Everything goes back to their graveyard. I mean, everything goes back to their hand. They'll have to recast a whole bunch of things. They'll probably cast Umori first, and then a bunch of other things. Yep. Then what? Kick a flyer. This deck is definitely a lot of just dirtling around. 4/4 trample. Whenever this creature mutates, tap up to X target creatures, or X is the number of times it's mutated. Let's just bring it out as another creature. So we'll attack with a big ol' 8/8. And then a little one. Draw a card off of that. That comes back as something. That's kind of an interesting thing. It just keeps coming back after a bunch of stuff. Oh man, I wanted to play that Nadir Kraken. Untap my 8/8. So, Blood Researcher, hit that. We just keep doing this dance over and over. It's kind of funny. I'm sure they've got hidden away a Poison Cup. Nope, they had a Sarulf, which draws a card. Fine. You have 1,000,000 mana. Kogla, aw man. Fine, what are you gonna hit? My Kraken, but we both kill each other, but they can come back to life. Well, I guess it doesn't kill it. Poacher. Fine. Make this Kraken a little larger. Say yes to that. Play this so that all blues get a little bit bigger. All these blues clues. So we'll attack with a 9/8 and an 8/7, although they have a lot of like... Oh, okay. They have a lot of graveyard recursion, it seems. They've only got one card left in hand, so that's good. They have 5 Undergrowth. They keep doing that. What a dance. I think I've gotten all of my steel cards out of the way, so I think I still have a couple of stealing cards that I could reset. Whenever you gain life, you may pay whatever, put a plus on counter, and each creature and gains trample. Okay, that's a big one. So they're starting to pop off right here. Okay, let's see where this goes. Oh, nothing there. Okay, this is going to be very good. Let's do one of these. That is a Kraken. And we'll just keep making more things. 9/8. More stuff in the graveyard. What are they gonna top deck? They don't have their flyer anymore. Alright, so is this gonna be Izoni time? This is Izoni time with 7 1/1s. So now when they gain life, those will become bigger, but they need to gain life. So how can you gain life? What's your strategy for gaining life? Oh, there it is. Okay, they're gonna pop off at this point. Yeah, there's their... They got it going on. So, since they were a creature-based deck, the my deck strategy... Well, I don't know what happened there. I used up all of my steel... I hate this deck. I used up all of my steel magic. This is going to be zombie stuff. You're going to make a zombie every turn. They go first, they play a turn 1 duress. Cat. I don't know, I really feel like I don't really want to play against this player. We'll see how this goes. How are you doing, Mark? I don't think I'm going to continue. I think this deck is way too much autopilot. It just works on its own. There isn't really much strategy. I don't really want to deal with them. So let's play again. I'm just trying to do today's gold digging at this point. So they get an automatic free creature every single turn. Their commander costs 2 mana, so they went first, so they're gonna start summoning it right away. They already summoned a turn 1 thing, a turn 2 thing, and then they just automatically get. It's just very autopilot. It's kind of annoying to play, and my deck isn't amazingly equipped to deal with that. So let's go on. Here we have Judith, so it's going to be Rakdos, Sacrifice or something. I'm sure they're going to have the amazing combo of steal your creature, attack you with it, sacrifice it, Mayhem Devil will trigger, Judith will trigger. That's like the #1 way that people want that Judith deck to work. But let's see if they get that. I am this sort of sea creature focused deck, and a lot of disruption in terms of bouncing stuff back to their hand and then eventually stealing their stuff. Thieves' Tools, make a treasure. Ooh, Merit. I'm going to do this Merit Lage's Slumber. This is a fun card. I haven't gotten it to work very, very often, but this is once you have 10 permanents, you get a 10/10 indestructible. You summon Merit Lage, a 20/20 flying indestructible legendary avatar. Alright, there's a Judith. That will be useful eventually. Also, the ability to just do that scry every single time is very nice. So for the moment, each player, no, I don't want to mill myself yet. Let's bounce that back and then amass. One thing that I forget about this Callous Dismissal is that it's got, now you're going to do village rights on yourself? No, okay. So one of the things about the Callous Dismissal is that it's a sorcery. Goblin, it makes a bunch of goblins. Fine. Alright, so like I said, I bet you they're going to have that one hijack or whatever it's called. I just call it hijack, but it's got so many other names where they steal your stuff and then sacrifice it. Whenever tools enters the battlefield, create a treasure. Equipped creature cannot be blocked as long as it's got power 3 or less. Okay, so that's going to be unblockable. They didn't equip the thing, so 1 damage to any target. They're still gonna kill my freaking planeswalker. Fine. It's a non-token. I think that's when it's non-token. Other creature control. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Judith does whatever. Okay, missing land drops, not good. Going to have to just hold back for a bit. They'll probably attack and juice up that knight, and then I can bounce it back with winds of rebuke. And then I'm gonna mill myself those lands that I need. Theater, okay, that happens during their upkeep, so we'll wait on that. Alright, interesting. Okay, we know what's gonna happen here, so I'll let get killed this. They're gonna want to pump up their knight. Judith does 1 damage. What else? They could have equipped that, I suppose, or did they want to hold on to the pump effect? Oh well. We'll bounce it back this time, and there goes the land that I needed. Let's see. So will they eat? Will they resummon that? Yeah, they didn't resummon it. Okay, there we go. There's a land. So play that. That is mana, but I don't exactly need mana. Alright, so I can recast Jace. That'll give me a 2/2, but then they'll become unblockable once they equip that. I could annihilate Judith. Yeah, let's mess with their plans. Judith is a big idea for them, so let's bounce that back. There's that really fun Rakdos card. I think it's like Slaughter something or something. It's an enchantment that has like 4 modes. Man, they're already at Inferno. Okay, fine. So they're already at enough mana for the Inferno. Unless I can, if I can get my I don't have one of my steel spells yet. Okay. We'll do that eventually. Let's play a 3 mana, 4 and 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, the math sounds good. Let's make a Jace. It's pausing for 1 red mana. Don't tell me there's a shock there. And then that Inferno, I will disperse it when they try to attack. Shyrix is cool, but I'm getting close to 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of far from the 10 permanents, actually. So I'll need a little bit more land. So ideally, they add all the mana to the Inferno. First, a destroy. And we'll dispel that. So we know Inferno is coming next turn. I'll have to totally lost it. Golden egg draws them a card, then they can eat the egg later for life. 1 more black mana for Eben. There we go, so I guess Rain of Revelation. I need to hold on to that totally lost. So Star Mount, they'll use up all their mana for that Star Mount, most likely. Yep. What else? Moving to combat. Totally lost. How does this thing work again? At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card. During your turn, if an opponent lost life this turn, you may play this land, play any lands. Okay. So I've got 8 mana now. I can bring out my Seas, but that'll get +3 in Death Touch, so that's not going to be helpful. Star Mount will come out next turn. Yeah, I'm already dead. So, yeah, that's another deck that just kind of... This blue deck often can do fun stuff, but I don't know, just didn't do anything again this time. We got our gold of the day, however. So what does everyone think about moving over to do the first Crack-a-Pack? That is the... That is a possibility to do next. Or a little bit more gameplay, or a Crack-a-Pack. So here's the stats on that Jace, on that blue deck we just saw. 54% win rate. .68% win rate. Just a couple of matches of bad luck. So if we, before those two losses right there, if we do the math on that, it's still good win rate. So not every deck can beat every deck. I think people forget that in Magic. Sometimes there's just a deck that can't beat a deck. Yes, I did have a haircut actually today. It's not exactly behaving just yet. You know how it is when you get a haircut, it doesn't quite behave for a while. I don't know how I love it, how much I like it. It's shorter. I try to do like a short thing over here, and I don't know if I fully like that. Then there's a lot still here, kind of. And then just in general, during the pandemic, I always combed my hair to the right all my life. And then during the pandemic, I started to comb it to the left for no reason. And I've been just doing combing to the left. But then, I don't know, the patterns of my hair, of my skull, go a certain way. And I don't know if I'm trying to force it unnatural. Obviously, if you use gel or whatever, you can make it do what you want. But here, I took a shower earlier and it's just air dried. Thank you. Well, I have to check my journal. When was the last time? Probably 2 or 3 months was the last time I got it cut. During the pandemic, I was trying to cut it on my own, and it was alright, but I guess when it's supposedly slightly safer, that's when I went. And I do feel that I'm still getting like this little... I told the barber that I'm kind of getting... Can't really see it unless I go here. But I told the barber that I'm kind of getting a bit that still I feel like is too much there. And they said, no, I'll cut it right. But I think you still have to comb it, and then it behaves vaguely. So, we have a vote for Crack-a-Pack. Let's do one of the first Crack-a-Packs then. Brand new cards. Brand new cards, so let's see. So it's a fresh pre-release pack. Did you get to go to pre-release, Mark? I know you have a little bit more leeway to do so in your neck of the woods, I believe, right? It's a little bit safer for you. Not sure if you mentioned if you went or not. There was the dice. Usually when I drop something, the cat runs and gets it, but he's in the other room. Speaking of which, we unofficially count his birthday as October 1st. So the legend goes, my parents found a poor little abandoned kitten that was mewling in the corner of their property sometime in the middle of October. I have the exact photo that they took. Actually, I can maybe just look it up right now to just for something totally sidebar. Web browser, and I have these photos. Where did I put these? Pictures, kitties, and then the new kitty. Okay, so here's the very first photo of my current cat ever. Like I said, my parents found him, and he was all alone and abandoned, and then they nursed him back to health. Well, he was in fine health, but he was just somehow he got separated from the rest of the litter, and then my parents. This is a hilarious one here. So my parents found him, and this photo, the first photo that I showed right here, this one is dated October 3rd. Hey, that's tomorrow, or actually today for you, Mark. But October 3rd is the photo that they took here. Okay, so this actually throws off the timeline. I could have sworn that they found him like October 15th or something. And we thought, well, he already had his eyes open, as you can see there, and how long does it take for kittens to open their eyes? Like 2 weeks, right? So we kind of then chose as October 1st as his birthday, but that would rely on 2 weeks into the middle of the month, going back to October 1st. So I think we miscalculated. So I think somewhere around September 15th or something, halfway through September perhaps, might be closer to his birth. But that's the very first photo right there, and here's another one. That one's October 15th. So then by that time, they already adopted it and feeding it and cleaned him up, and he was getting to be a house cat. And just with all of their cats, there's the cat that they already had, not amused. So those are some of his earliest photos. Here's a month after they found him, with a collar and everything. Oh, and then here he's on the supper table with my dad, letting him eat from the table. Those bad habits, right? You shouldn't let kids get bad habits early on, and they'll have them all their life, right, Mark? So that's December 18th. So you all know that I had my other cat for a long time, and he passed away on December 19th, actually the next day there. And so we'll look at a couple of photos of him for a moment. Here's a real regal photo that I took of him back. It doesn't have a date, but that's one there. Then this one's from 2020 November, September. So one more. So this is from 2020 in February. So kind of unexpected, but then he kind of got sick. I think it was I forgot what it was exactly, but he just kind of suddenly, this is on the 19th, December 19th? Yeah, 2020, December 19th, and he passed on. So so he died, and then my parents had, this little guy here, and they said, would you like him? So I did adopt him on Christmas, and he's been with me now for this amount of time. And so, counting his birthday, basically October 1st, which just passed. So, yep, the cat, my current cat, is 1 year old, and there he is. You know, from a little tyke to current times. To current times now, all grown up. That eye. Okay, here's one without the eye, all squinky. There we go. And he is, speaking of bad habits that the kids learn early on, he is much more expressive with the mouth instead of other ways. So he does still, you know, he's learning not really to bite to draw blood, but he still kind of kicks and such, and that maybe does a nick or two. You know, my hands used to be much more all cut up, if you remember this whole past year, so that's not quite happening anymore. But I don't think he's ever going to shake that he's like very, you know, very aggressive, but not in a way, you know, with people he's curious and he'll feel you out and such, but everything's biteable. So witness this here, this photo here. So this is one of these classic, take a photo of the kids holding a beer, you know, from the 70s or the 80s. And my dad, when I visited a couple of weeks ago, or last week, he said, you know, I found this in the garage. I don't know if you wanted it, because nowadays people would frown upon this type of art. But my dad made this. He, you know, got a branch and another tree trunk, and then put that photo there, and then stained it and everything. And we've had that since, that's me back in, I don't know, 1978, 1979, 1980, somewhere around there, probably 79 or so. It's a classic. Yeah, let's have the youngins hold Grandpa's pipe, or their Coors Light, or whatever. So he gave me that. Now you might see what's about to happen here. He's looking at something, and then he has to check it out, and the way that he checks it out is by giving it a little bite. So yep, happy birthday, kitty. And 1 year old approximately, because when my parents found him, he was already, okay, I should have shown it in this order. It was, I have too many of these open. Hold on, let me fix this. Close tabs to the right. So it should have been like this. Here it is, a story in 3 parts. We have, oh, what is that? Family heirloom. Let me get a closer look at it. Let me examine it much more. So he didn't really destroy it or anything, but he did need to chew on it for a moment just to see if it was legitimate. I swear, he chews on everything, or just at least a little nibble to see what it's about. He's even like chewed on the corner of the door to see what the door is about. Even my handle on my chair over here to raise and lower the chair, he's nibbled on it a couple of times just to understand it, that it is real. And that big distraction was before we were gonna do our cracker pack. So I don't know what reminded me. I remember I dropped the dice, and then I'm like, oh, if the cat were here, he would have chased right after. He loves little things, and he loves chasing little things. And one of the cutest things that I love about cats is when they pick up stuff with their mouths. I think that's the cutest ever, because obviously they don't have fingers like us, and when they have to move or pick up stuff, well, picking up a kitten in its mouth is cute. And so this one, there was a picture there of a sock. He likes to pick up the sock and move it around. And that's what reminded me that he would have gotten that die, and ran off with it. Alright, so what is our rare here? Unnatural growth, a whole bunch of mana, an enchantment at the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until... Ooh, I love this card. Double the power and toughness. So every single turn, it automatically makes your creatures double tough. With the cycles of day and night unspooled, the twisted sway of the moon only grew and grew. I gotta put this in that mono green deck that I need to upgrade. Ever since all of these decks rotated out, I need to upgrade it now, and this one seems cool. So, got one of those in foil, we've got a day marker, the panorama of flip things. Extremely shiny right here. They show up better in real life, of course, but you get a good sense of it. Okay, let's open up a real pack. I'm going to organize myself. Let's see. Tokens here, double-sided there, cool stuff over there. And I think I showed one of these last time. This gives you some hints right here about how to build a deck, so very convenient. And then on this side we have a fun poster. Harvest Tide begins. The return of an ancient tradition. After centuries, we shall once again celebrate life and community with the Harvest Tide Festival. Do your part. Help decorate and celebrate. Notice. Lone travelers have been reported missing. Travel-only groups do not wander off alone. So the sort of new style of Innistrad is, yeah, there's scary stuff, but it also kind of ties into, I think, trying to be a little bit trendy somewhat about this sort of nature horror, where the original Innistrad was more about, I guess, city horror, Frankenstein, and that sort of thing, and this is about what lurks out in the wilderness. Alright, first booster. Okay, here is, I think, here is something. Most of the time nowadays, the last card is a double-sided card. So, double-sided card. I think this is going to be a special card. It's going to be something special, I think, because nowadays they put the double-sided token at the very end. We'll see what happens. Arrogant Outlaw, 3-mana Vampire Noble. So Noble, I think, was a creature type for a while, a long time ago, then they took it away, and then they brought it back with Throne of Eldraine. When Arrogant Outlaw enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, each opponent loses 2, and you gain 2. The debased remnants of the Falconwrath bloodline prowl the passes near their ruined castles. Return to Nature, classic, 2 mana, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or exile from the graveyard. Celestus Sanctifier. The Celestus is this important legendary artifact on Innistrad that lets you control day and night at will. 3 mana, Human Cleric. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day when this enters. Whenever the day becomes night, or vice versa, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them to your graveyard. So look at 2, and then you must mill yourself. You must surveil yourself, sort of. So for graveyard strategies. In white, we've got a lot of spirits and flyers, of course, but we've also got, what's it called? Disturb, where you can replay creatures from the graveyard. Component Collector, 3 mana, Creature Homunculus. If it's neither day or night, welcome back. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day. Whenever day becomes night, or vice versa, you may tap or untap target non-land permanent. So shenanigans when it becomes day or night. Keep Master busy with new bits, or else, maybe, she wonders if I'm made of bits too. Crawl from the Cellar. 1 black sorcery, return a creature from your graveyard to your hand, and then put a +1 counter on a zombie. Flashback it, so play it again from the graveyard for 4. Timberland Guide, 2 mana Human Scout. When this enters, put a +1 counter on any creature. So here's what you really want to do. Put it on your opponent's creature for no reason, before you Doomblade it. Hiring an experienced wilderness guide isn't cheap, but it costs less than a search party or a funeral. Gavany Silversmith, 4 mana Human Soldier. When this enters, put a +1 on each of up to 2 target creatures. Again, put it on your opponent's creatures before you murder them. Famished Foragers, 4 mana, Vampire, just a Vampire. A lot of these have a race and a class, so it's a Human Scout, it's a Human Soldier, it's a Homunculus. This is just a Vampire, they have no job, not even noble or whatever. When this enters, if an opponent lost life, add 3 black mana, pay 3, discard, draw a card. So hit the opponent, cast this, you get 3 mana. Ultimately, this costs you 1 mana. With those 3 mana, draw this, draw, and then discard. So lots of trickery. Furious to find the workshop empty, the starving vampires flew into a frenzy. That's a pun, right? Because vampires can fly. Revenge of the Drowned, 4 mana, instant, target creature's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library, and you create a 2/2 black zombie with decay. A heavy net doesn't always mean a good catch. Morning Patrol, I said previously this is one of the most saddest Magic cards ever. What happened to my music? Let me check on that. There we go. Okay, so this is one of the saddest cards because on the front side, she's there with the little doggy, but then on the back side she's dead, but came back with the little doggy. Vivisection, oh yeah, I said this one previously. I don't love this particular card. I think the practice of vivisection, which is a real thing, is horrible. I'm not a big fan of putting it into a fun game. Don't look it up. So 4 mana, an additional cost to cast this, sacrifice a creature, draw 3 cards. Unnatural Moonrise, so we had Unnatural Growth and Unnatural Moonrise. 2 mana sorcery, it becomes night. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1 and gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage, draw a card. Flashback it to do it again later. Sorcery. Beloved Beggar, this one flips. 2 mana, 0/4. Whenever it dies, pay 6 mana to disturb it. Flashback is for instants and sorceries. Disturb is brand new and it's for creatures. There isn't yet, I believe, the same thing for enchantments or artifacts. But here we have creatures can come back for a disturbed cost, and you get on the back side Generous Soul. It's a 4/4, it's Flying Vigilance, and then when it dies, exile it. There's a day or night cycle now. Yep, it's brand new in this set. You have now the ability to turn it day or night. Here's the token. This is what counts now. When the game starts, it's not day or night, so you don't care about it. But if any card then makes it day or night, now you need to keep track of it if it's day or night. And of course on Arena, it'll do it for you. Different things happen on day or night. And then rare, I think I already had this one. Slaughter Specialist, or maybe I've just seen it a lot on Arena. 2 mana, it's a 3/3. When it enters, give your opponent a 1/1. Whenever a creature and opponent dies, put a +1 on this. So give them that 1/1, and if it dies, this becomes a 4/4, and it gets bigger and bigger. That's the rare. And then one of the beautiful lands. And then we have the Welcome to the Arena. Oh, it wasn't special. It was the opposite of special. I was thinking that's going to be a special one because it's not the flip token, but it's the other flip thing. So I got tricked. On these are draft boosters. On set boosters, the final card is often a very special one. Let's open one more, then we'll get back to some gameplay. Okay, so here's another one of the flip concealing cards. This is pretty cool art. I keep wanting to say Hedgewidge, or what's her name? Hedgewidge? What's her name from the Hedgewick? Isn't it Hedgewick from Harry Potter, but also that movie Hedgewig and the Angry Inch? That's what it's called? I need to know. Hold on one moment. Hedgewig? That's the name, right? Hedgewig and... yeah, Hedgewig and the Angry Inch. This is a really cool movie, way back in 2000. Wow, this movie's already 20 years old. It's about drag queens and finding yourself and being trans and all of that. John Michael Mitchell. This is a very good movie. It's a great musical. It's very cinematic. And it's a cool movie. 20 years old already, wow. So... Anyway, what I meant was, every time I see this card, I think of Hedwig and the Mask. So 1 white mana, creature gets +1, cannot be blocked by big creatures, and then equip for 2. Devious Cover-Up, 4 mana, instant, counter a spell. If the spell is countered, exile it. Shuffle 4 things from your graveyard back to the library. This Devious Cover-Up. I think this was a card back from Guilds of Ravnica or something. Sounds familiar. Vampire Interloper, 2 mana, 2/1, cannot block, but it's a flyer. Duel for Dominance, Epic Art, 2 mana, instant. Coven. Choose target creature you control, target creature you don't. If you control 3 or more, put a +1, then they fight. Okay, if you don't have Coven, 2 creatures fight. If you do have Coven, your creature gets +1, then they fight. And Coven means you need to have at least 3 creatures with different powers. Pax Betrayal, 3 mana, steal their creature. If you stole a werewolf, you can scry. Clarion Cathars, 4 mana, human knight. When this enters, create 1 human. Raise the effigy. So you think raise like lift up? But no, here's a homonym. Raise as in burn down. 1 red, either destroy an artifact or give your attacker +2. Eaten alive, 1 black mana or 5 mana to destroy a creature or planeswalker. Shady Traveler, 3 mana, human werewolf. It's a 2/3 with menace. When it flips into night, it's a 4/4 with menace. Common Schoolish Procession, 2 mana enchantment. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures die, create a 2/2 zombie, but it only happens once per turn. Oh, sorry, I missed something here. I know what you're talking about. One of the professors. What did I say? I already forgot what I said that made you say that. If you could remind me what I said that reminded you of one of the professors. Seize the Storm, 5 mana sorcery, create a red elemental creature token with trample, and it's got this creature's power. Oh yeah, Hedwig. Okay, yeah, Hedwig from Harry Potter, one of the professors. Yeah, exactly. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard plus the number of cards in your flashback zone. So in theory, you notice that the set is heavily zombies and vampires. Well, they're trying to do zombies, vampires, werewolves, humans, and they throw in a couple of things here or there, like an elemental, a scarecrow here and there, homunculuses here or there, even insects and a couple of rats. So it's all of the creepy crawlies, but those are the big tribes that are memorable. So Hound Tamer, here's a human werewolf. It's a 3/3 trample. Pay 4 to put a counter on any creature. When it becomes night, it's a 4/4. And other werewolves you control have trample, so it gives everyone else trample. And there's often some fun flavor text. You and me, we're not built for captivity. And then the rare is Wake to Slaughter. What? Wake to Slaughter. 5 mana sorcery. Choose up to 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. An opponent chooses one of them. Return that card to your hand. Return the other to the battlefield under your control. It gains haste and then exile it. Okay, so this is weird, because it says choose up to 2. What happens if you choose 1? So when you cast this, you choose 2. An opponent chooses one of them. Return that card to your hand. Okay, if you only chose 1, the card definitely goes, the creature definitely goes to your hand. If you chose 2 creatures from the graveyard, one goes to your hand, one goes to the battlefield, and then it gains haste, and then it dies. That's pretty cool. They get to keep they get to let you keep one in your graveyard. I mean, one in your hand, though, so if they let you get your 7/7 to the battlefield, it'll just exile itself, although it has haste. And then flashback, do it again for 6 mana later. Another beautiful land. This one is an island. We have, oh, look at that, we got a foil. Now, how do you all feel about this? I pulled the exact same card twice in the same pack, but one was foil and one was not. Do I want to? Do we want our beggars being choosers? Because I don't want 2 of the same card, even though one is foil and the foil looks amazing. What do we think about that? Do we want to be thankful for Wizards to give me 2 of the same card, or do we want to say, what's going on? Fix your collation. Why do we get 2 of the same card, even though they're not exactly the same because one's foil? And in theory, this one's worth 10 times more than this one, so this one's worth 5 cents, and this one's worth 1 cent. They're both commons. We got a zombie token. This is interesting. We got 3 tokens in this pack. Now, I'm getting paranoid. With 3 tokens, does that mean it removed 3 real cards? Because I should have counted them. I can watch them back. I can replay the video. But if this pack came with 15 cards, and here's 3 of them that are not real cards, does that mean I missed 3 real cards, and then one of them was foil, which was just duplicating another common? I don't know. I keep myself paranoid. Actually, wait a minute. No, it didn't. It didn't. I just, never mind. I picked it off of here, didn't I? That one was already there. But I guess it still came with 2. Or did it come with 3? Because they were like this. That. Where's the other one? The day-night counter. Yeah, I need to replay this video. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, what did you all say here? You don't mind having multiple cards and make good for trades. That's like with multiples. You had the same thing happen in Ixalan. The card was Angrath Flame. Wait, but that's amazing. That's a Planeswalker. That's a mythic Planeswalker that you got 2 of the same. So I would take that. I don't know about having 2 common cards, but c'est la vie. Alright, let's get back to the gameplay. There's actually a new gameplay mode today that I want to try out. Midnight Hunt Constructed. So it's basically make a deck, but with only Midnight Hunt cards. The latest and the greatest set. I actually have a deck that is almost compliant. I just need to change it up a little bit. I'm about to max out all my decks again. I need to clean those up. This deck right here, we will get to see a version of it. I have a video coming out probably tomorrow. I didn't upload it today because the stream was gonna crash, but I have a deck where I did a deck upgrade. So since Wizards is not really publishing Planeswalker decks like they used to, and the Planeswalker decks upgrade videos that I made were some of the most popular videos on my YouTube, and they don't do Planeswalker decks that often anymore. They do them during core sets, and they started to phase away from those because they want to instead work with commander decks. Those are harder to upgrade. But just a little side detour, if we go over here, if we look at my YouTube stats, speaking of Angrath and Angrath Planeswalker, one of my earliest, this is February 2018, one of my earliest Magic videos was upgrading that deck, 6,000 views, and then Vraska, 4,000 to Fairy 4,000. So these were popular, thousands of views, 4,000 for Vraska over here, 4,000 for Dovin. And then they stopped doing Planeswalker, so some of these Oko ones, well, I guess Elspeth, Ashiok, if that's it, Ashiok. Ashiok was one of the last ones that they did. They didn't do any for Ikoria, so I tried to make one that wasn't exactly an upgrade. See, those didn't get too many views compared to the actual decks. They did bring it back, I guess, for Core Set 21. Chandra 600, Liliana 1400, Teferi 700, Basri 400. And then they didn't, and then they stopped doing those. So I tried to do some of these upgrades for some of these like starter decks. Those seem to kind of be popular-ish as well. These arena decks here. So I've got a an upgrade of one of these theme boosters coming up. I already recorded everything. I just need to finish a little bit more editing. And it's this deck right here. I might play it a moment, but I want to play the other mode. I just need to make a little change here. Oops, back to the game. What I'm pointing at is this deck right here is upgrading a theme deck. And we'll see how people like that, but that's coming soon. You mentioned Cyan had the job. Okay, I'll answer that one moment. Back in the days of Google Plus, yeah, is that how we met back on Google Plus when I was sharing my my Planeswalker upgrade videos all over the Google Plus forum? Yeah, it was Google Plus. That's what it was back in the day. So when you said Cyan had a job of 3D environment artist last month, did not get the job, but they had to open again this month, which makes it a good sign. All you gotta do is keep on practicing. That's right, keep on practicing, keep improving the portfolio, and put those irons in the fire, and then good things will happen. So this is the deck, which is a turbo. Oh wait a minute, this isn't even gonna work. Never mind. This is AFR. Whoops. Okay, so I don't even have a deck. I don't even have a deck to enter this event, but I already entered the event. But I need to make a deck. Okay, let's make a deck. But I'm out of slots. I need to clean these slots out. I'm already up 75 decks. Yeah, that's very cool. Thank you. Google Plus was so cool back then, and sad to see it go. Let's see about doing some fun zombie stuff. So it's been a while. It's been a while since those days of Google Plus. If you like Google Plus, use it in your early YouTube days. It just shows how the it just shows how sometimes these companies just don't put enough of a faith in their products. There was a huge community of hundreds of millions of people using it, but not sure why they didn't keep it around. Alright, so this is going to be a blue-black deck. And just craft it on the spot. It's gonna be blue-black, but I'll put goblins as the sleeves. Yeah, let's look at that one more time. Right? So many versions of Duress. Are there any uncollected? Nope. So we have the Ixalan one. We have that one from some core sets. This one I think is exclusive. I thought one was exclusive. I sort of remember that was one of the very first exclusive arena cards back in 2018 or something. And then this Duress is from the recent Mystical Archive. And then this one was another reprint of it. I got that one in foil and it looks really nice. But let's see over here, Duress. We can see the various printings over here. Ooh, that one looks nice. That one's cool. From Dragons of Tarkir. Ooh, Ashiok is messing with the mind. Ooh, Ashiok is messing with Dak. That's classic Pete Venters. Okay, so this art's all the way back from Urza's Saga, 1999 or so? 98. So that art's all the way back since 1998. I could have sworn it was like very new art. And then 7th edition, Pete Venters art. And then new art for dual decks. We use that one a lot. 10th edition. This is from some. Oh, this is from the comic book. Magic published some comic books in 2014, and then it had some of these. And this seems to be $31. This one Duress is $34. Okay, wait a minute. Is that really $34? That must then reflect over here if we look up IDW Magic Comic. No, not My Little Pony. Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I guess the prices do reflect. Here it is. So it has Duress in the comic. This is the rate. This is number 5, issue number 5, $53. So you're paying. You're basically paying for the card, the comic itself. Here's Dak. Well, it's an exclusive, so I guess that price makes sense. Those exclusive. Well, what about this one? Now this one's also $49, so they know what they're selling. So this is the regular cover number 5 with Duress card. Oh, the card is actually then on the cover there. That's cool. And no one is selling this at a reasonable price. They know what they're selling. Don't know who this character is, but her outfit is very shiny. The Spell Thief. Back when IDW had their very, very blocky logo. And then here's Dak stealing more than hearts. Your stepson just told me that the Post Malone took on Professor Game of Magic. Yes, Post Malone has been in the world of Magic. Why didn't you guys tell me that I put the wrong camera? I've been showing the wrong camera for 10 minutes. Well, you finally said something. Okay, thank you. But yeah, we were looking at the wrong thing. So all of those 50 Duress cards that I just finished showing, you never saw them, and no one told me anything 10 minutes ago? Okay, well, we were looking at 50 different duress cards, okay? And then we were looking at this duress with Ashiok, and then Ashiok, this card by itself is worth $30, but you can only get it from the comics, and the people that are selling the comics are selling the comic expensively because they know they've got that card on it. So that's catching you up. But yeah, the professor, I mean Post Malone, he was on Game Nights first, which was that popular Commander show, and he was there and everyone loved him. And then he went over to do a game with the professor. Not a game, maybe a game, but he definitely did a game with. He did a video with him. He did a game with him. I mean, he did a video with him where they talk about like the top 5 tips to have fun with Magic. So he's kind of being an ambassador at the moment. Okay, 1 red mana. There's their shock. Yeah, on Game Nights, I think that's where he did his big. Well, they're gonna have a shock or something, so I guess I'll lose that. I'm missing my blue mana, even though I balanced the mana. Post Malone's a singer. I don't know what his genre is, but if you see him, he's very, very memorable. He's got massive amounts of tattoos, even all over his face. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this opponent. I have no way. I think when you're... playing a... Well, I guess you can beat a Planeswalker by hitting it. I hate your deck. Okay, I think then it's a different one that I'm thinking about. That must be a new... episode and stuff. Okay, come on, blue mana, blue mana. The deck is balanced with blue mana, and yet I'm not getting blue mana. Okay. But once I get that blue mana, I'll be able to eliminate those wolves. Let's assume they've got a combat trick, so I'm going to take at least 6 damage. There's my blue mana. Okay, let's bounce that back. And well, I think we can tell that the that this Innistrad constructed is. I bet everyone's going to be playing this green-red vampires, so we'll see if anyone is a little bit more creative. Silver Down 520, thank you for following. Say hello if you are here in the chat to confirm that you are not a spammer. Alright, so this time I got some mana, I have some Fading Hope, playing black. I I guess next turn, Mask of Grizzlebrand, then I need to start to summon some creatures. You're gonna curse me, that does something, I guess. I guess this is... we'll see how this goes, but it might be that that particular enchantment... I get a sense of this... I get a sense of this set, if you're doing constructed, that the that if you don't have the answers, it can be very rock, paper, scissors. Out of curiosity, have you been getting bots followed on Twitch? The hotspots. That one that one happened last week. So last week I was getting a bunch of follows from some weird Haas bot or something, so who knows what spam bots are running loose. I've been getting followed by them the past month for some reason. It's just some sort of weird spam. Well, we've got a handful of cards, which I'm sure is going to be a bunch of removals, so we'll see if I get anything. But I'm kind of seeing this, that this block constructed has the big downfall of if you just get randomly paired up against someone that pay X life. Yes. All right. So yeah, the it feels like the matchups can be very, very swingy. Because if you don't have an answer, you don't have an answer. Like, they had a curse on me, which... I think I might have been able to play that better. They had a curse on me, which I have no ability to get rid of in black or blue. I don't have a way to remove enchantments. I can bounce them back, as I was doing, which wasn't getting me very far. But then, it feels like this format can very much converge very easily in terms of, well, there's nothing you can ever do about this particular card. If you're in the wrong colors, there's nothing you can do about this card, you know? Like right here, I have this advantage where I am... where I have this, well, this is a good combo, the Decayed, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't think I'm going to And then I've got two. So I've got these two flyers where Defenestrate cannot deal with them. So barely hanging on. If I can then equip that Mask of Grizzlebrand on one of my zombies. Oops, that's game over right there. So yeah. I don't know. I don't want to play this format anymore. It does feel like you have very limited answers for things, and it's just because you don't have sideboards, you can't do anything about that. So, well, Wizards, thanks for trying a format, but it doesn't seem like well, the thing about it being close is it's close until something gets put on the battlefield that there's no answer for. You know, they have some sort of enchantment and black and blue can't deal with it, so that means, okay, well then play green. But then you get matched up with some other deck that you can't deal with, so I don't know, I just don't trust the matching algorithm. It does feel that they... let's play it one more time. I've got the gold for it. I'll try not to be too pessimistic, but it just feels that if you don't have the right matchup, if you don't have the right perfect opening hand, alright, so I've got some Fading Hope. I like this a lot of what's here. Turn 1, Lunark, okay, well, we're gonna be the humans deck, trying to gain life, I guess. See about scrying into something good. That'll be good, that'll be a 2/2 Death Touch. My Champion of the Perished, in theory, could get large, but I bet what they would do is if they have some sort of way to pacify it. I have no way to unpacify it. So, we'll see. They're possibly mono-white. Brutal Cathar. When this enters the battlefield or transforms, exile a creature an opponent controls, and okay, fine. See, then right here, they're gonna steal my... oh. Yeah, they're gonna steal my creature, then they're just gonna resummon it. I guess what I could do here... I could either make that zombie... If I play a zombie, that champion will get larger, and then they'll just grab it again. So probably better to try this, because I still get the zombie, makes it slightly larger, do a little damage, make them discard 2. Then when they resummon it here, they will grab it again, but then that's a rare. So they'll just grab it again, they'll gain a life off of that. If they attack, I can't block. No more removal coming in, they're not going to block that. They have 4 mana to summon that thing from the graveyard. Brutal Cathar, that's kind of a fun name there. First strike on that. They've got double strike, amazing. They're able to get their... They're able to get their... Well, that was kind of a mistake on me. I didn't even need to attack, but they didn't block it, even though they have first strike. They might have gotten scared that I've got a Death Touch creature. Even though they have First Strike, they would have taken it out. Now I just need to keep pulling some good stuff. So there's a 2/1 flying First Strike. Pretty good. Humans are always good. Suddenly everything has a ward or something. For one turn, I hope. No, for all turns. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying about that flyer. There's no way to get rid of that flyer with this deck because you're limited. Defenestrate will kill anything unless it flies. So there's a lot of strong flyers. Now I have to sacrifice my own creature to then try to do it, but actually this would kill it? No, this wouldn't kill. Would this kill it? Because this is just going to send it back to their hand. And Ward of 1. Well, next turn I can summon that zombie, give these zombies more power. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 6 damage, although I'm down to 8. That 3/1 First Strike is just overpowering. I don't have any way around it unless they... And then they've got a 1/1 First Strike there. So there's just no way around that. They didn't even need to block here because they have enough critical mass. So I'm dead here. And this is what I'm saying about the... It's a very limiting format, but at least it only costs 500 gold. If we triage, and then it's just best of 1, so this is a very bad format. If it was in best of 3, then they would have raised the price. And then, sorry to be so pessimistic with Wizards, but yeah, they would have just raised the price on it to make it best of 3. There's no reason. It's just one little bit of programming to make it best of 3 rather than best of 1, but then they would have still been incentivized to raise the price. Alright, well, the opponent thinks very hard of what to play. How's everyone doing? Talk to me. What was your day like? What was your week like? What did you do that was interesting? Oh, Stevie, I was in downtown Hillcrest area a few days ago running an errand, and then I went by the place, I think, where you do your comedy, where you do your improv, that is. What's the street again that it is? But anyway, I passed in front of it, and is it the same place where they have like an outside area for people to sit down and like enjoy beverages and the like? Or am I thinking of a different place? I think that's what you said. It was in the Hillcrest area. So I think after we play this event, I think I'll do the snack chat, and the snack chat is actually a beverage. Wow, this game has taken so long so far that I already thought I was at 3 mana, but we're barely at 2 mana each, so this is a slow play opponent. On some modes it tells you how long how long people have played, but then on most modes it doesn't tell you how long you've played. And I don't even know if it's valuable to know that or not. The art on No Way Out is pretty disturbing. Someone cowering in the corner with a bunch of zombies coming at him. So they had to drop a hippogriff. They've got an exile. See, again, this with this borrowed time, there's no way for my deck to deal with it. And at the beginning of combat, on your turn, if you control 3 or more, okay, they don't have Coven, so that's gonna be, they're really going with a Humans Coven deck. I'll check your question one moment. What is your take on the Lord of the Forsaken card? I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I'll look it up one moment. I feel that there's something that can be done to make it epic, but not sure. Okay, let me look that one up. Lord of... Oops, there's that spell right there that I'm telling you there's no way around it. Can I target my own thing? Return target creature. Yep, I can target my own thing. Okay, let's see about... Just one moment. Let me see about this. Plus I get to... Okay, I'll take that Eaten Alive. That is some big brain deck tech there, bouncing back my own thing. Alright, so let's do this. Let's sacrifice this creature to destroy that. This time summon this flyer. So it was the one Lord of Forsaken. Sounds familiar, like I was trying to build a deck with it or something. Forsaken. Flying, trample. Okay, it's mythic. It's a 6-mana mythic. It's a demon. It's got flying. It's got trample. Oops, I guess they got Coven now. How easily they built Coven. Well, I guess not yet. Okay, fine. Sacrifice this, destroy an artifact. That's a 2/3. That's a 4/3. I guess I can take a couple of lumps and then just whiffing on lands. Sacrifice another creature. Target player mills 3 cards. Pay 1 life, and then I made it into nighttime. Target player mills 3, pay 1 life and colorless. Spend this mana only to cast a spell from your graveyard. Well, it's a 6/6. It's a flyer. It's got mill. I guess that's why it doesn't feel so great, because it's got mill, unless you're doing a big mill strategy. Oops, I bet the opponent's going to have some amazing shenanigans, indestructibility or something. Anyway, I guess if you're really doing a great mill strategy, that's when it does stuff. Hey, Key! How's it going? trying to be enthralling, but I'm not loving this gameplay here, so I'm not as enthralling as I could be, but I'll try to. Oh, thank you for that haircut. Three lands in a row. Thank you so much, Magic. Let's go out in a blaze of glory. But yeah, thanks for the haircut. Let me show it to you right here in full screen. I was showing this off for other people. I'll go full screen right here. And then I was just talking to everyone else on the stream over on the YouTube. There's the cut. I don't know how much I fully love it. I'm kind of doing a sort of like, you know, not a fade or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know how I like that. And then you might see it on this side as well here. And then short on the top here. So, yep, that is the latest haircut today. Plus, I just washed it, so, you know, hair never behaves at that point. Anyway, we're dead here, and what did I click on? We're dead here, and then, thank you. We're dead here, and then we're gonna do the snack chat. Yeah, opponent. Just, why are you showing off? You're already done. We're done here. Why are you showing off? Let's get back to here. So we're gonna do snack chat, and here's what the snack is. Let's go back to full screen. Here's the snack, and let me ask all of you. I think I keep asking this, but no one answers it. So this time, answer it. Chat. Is a beverage a snack? When you talk about snacks, do you consider a beverage a snack? I do. I think everything you put in your mouth is a snack. But here we've got a mojito pre-mixed and everything. You just put it into the cup. Well, actually, why even bother with the cup? But put it in the cup, put some ice, and you got a built-in mojito. And this is a wine cocktail, natural flavors. La Catrina is the style, and it's one of these Dia de los Muertos type of little skull people. And real lime juice, 100% cane sugar, ready to drink, 13.9% alcohol. 13.9% alcohol, aka 27.8 proof. So, I'm gonna have some of this. This is the snack. Flowing from 3,000-year-old traditions, the Day of the Dead celebration reflects on memories and reminds us all to embrace life now. As the flavors and sensations of La Catrina engulf you, let your past and future merge to toast this moment. Pour over ice and enjoy. Alright, so I'm gonna go get a glass of ice, and then I'm going to crack this open. We're going to have our snack chat. Snacks are pre-meals? Interesting. I hadn't thought about that you have to have a snack before your meal. I guess my definition is very loose, that a snack could be any time of the day, and it doesn't even have to be solid. And drinks are drinks. Okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense. All of which are food. Exactly. So, yeah, pretty cool looking bottle, isn't it? So, it's whatever we want, as long as it is not candy corn or black licorice. However, BRB. So here's the cat, and we'll wish him a happy birthday, and then I'll drink to him. He is 1 year old, and look over there, look, over there. No, not here, over there. Over there. So, he's 1 year old now, as I was saying earlier to everyone else in the chat, and very, very frisky and probably a little sleepy, so I'll just put him right over here in one of his many perches. One day I'll set up a cat camera. But I've got the rocks, and we'll open this up. Now, do we need to maybe invert it a moment? Probably not carbonated. It shouldn't. Mojitos are not carbonated. But if we see this explode over my laptop, we will know. Not carbonated. Okay. It's got the classic glug 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 sound. Is that too much? It's not going to drink itself. And then we will... Oh, it kind of got a little fizzy as well. So maybe it did have some carbonation, or is that... Why did it get fizzy? Are these supposed to get fizzy? Are mojitos supposed to get fizzy? Maybe it was the ice. I don't know, it tastes bottled. In that it doesn't exactly taste fresh. I'm a bit of an amateur mixologist, and when we have some of our get-togethers, they put me in charge of throwing the alcohol in the bottle, in the glasses, and I would have done a better one like this. It kind of feels a little flat in terms of the citrus flavor. I feel there's a citrus flavor, but it feels a bit... It feels like concentrated. It says 100% lime juice, but it doesn't say from concentrate. It feels like from some concentrate. Cheers. How many ways do we know how to say cheers in different languages? I think I know skål, which is, I don't know, German or Norwegian or something. And then kanpai in Japanese. And then salud in Spanish. And cheers in American. Are there any bits of slang, Mark, that are New Zealand style slang for this? If Rick were here, or Echidna, he might tell us. They might tell us if there's any Australian ones, or is just cheers universal for all of the English speaking. Okay, so on a scale of 5 VMCs, I'm gonna say like a 3 out of 5 or a 2.5 out of 5. It kind of tastes cheap. I don't remember what I paid for it. I'm sure I didn't pay too much for it. It feels a little cheap. It doesn't quite feel real, even though it claims 100%. It says lime juice, 100% cane sugar. Kind of has an aftertaste of just artificiality. Obviously I poured this, so I have to drink it all, so I'm going to keep complaining on it for the rest of the night as I drink it, but it might help to create some interesting gameplay decisions. This one's cool. Demagoth, Woe Eater. It's a 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. When you sacrifice this, each opponent discards a card. You draw 2 cards, and you gain 2 life. Epic. And then we got a choose your weapon. Double target creature's power, or deal 5 damage. Now that you know, it's usually cheers or bottoms up. Yeah, it needs some fresh mint. It needs some muddled fresh mint on it right there. I could probably go get some of my limes and just squeeze a few more in here and make it even more better. Okay, we'll do some gameplay in a moment, but let's do a crack-a-pack. I opened some cards earlier, and so far, these are the rares that I've gotten. She's really cool and makes a lot, and she gets very big very fast. And this one lets you get stuff back from the graveyard. So let's open another booster. And bottoms up on the boosters. Sometimes you just want to go buy packs because they are fun to crack. Yeah, I've been opening some of these, and it's much more fun, of course, because compared to Arena, because they're real cards. And you never know what you're gonna get. We have a Shipwreck. You really don't play any paper magic other than pre-releases. That's a great time to play, definitely, because then you can explore all of these cards, play with real people, and all of that. Yeah, I remember we were talking about doing a pre-release way back when you were on my podcast, one of those episodes, and then COVID hit, and I don't think it's as safe as it could be still. So we'll see when we get back to it. This is a pre-release pack, but I just bought it and then booked, and I'm opening it with all of you. Shipwreck Sifters, 2 mana, it's a spirit, it's a 1/2. When it enters, draw and then discard, and when you discard a spirit or a card with Disturb, put a +1 on this. So it could get larger if you discard just right. There's the card I was just using here. So have you got all the flip card tokens yet? We'll have to check again. I might have already gotten them. Good point. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 5. So I think we need 4 and 6. 3 mana... Spirits are making a comeback there. Yeah, this is what we were saying earlier. There's a lot of vampires. There's like so many... There's vampires, zombies, spirits, werewolves in this set. Like this one. Force them to discard. This is the better mind rot. Have them discard 2 cards, and then you also get a creature. Power creep is real. Bramble Armor, 2 mana equipment. When this enters, auto-attach it, so this auto-equipment is becoming more popular. You did a draft of Innistrad and did Horrid. This version of Innistrad, or the one back in original Innistrad times, 2011? Equip creature gets +2/+1. We've got 3 Innistrad blocks now, right? This version, oh, okay. On Arena then, or on paper. I might do one in a bit as well, depending. I've been maybe 2 wins, maybe 3 wins. I haven't played it a whole lot, however. Stuffed Bear, 2 mana, and then you pay 2 more to bring it to life. Oh really? I wouldn't have thought that this one would have been too amazing. I guess if they don't have artifact removal, this can be a stealth creature and then you activate it at the right time. That makes sense. Falcon Abomination, it's a 2/2, and you also make it a decayed zombie. Rebuilt that blue into a spirit deck. Sun Gold Barrage, 3 mana, instant destroy target creature with toughness 4. Now that's toughness, not power, so it won't always work. Festival Crasher, 2 mana with epic art. It's a devil, it's a 1/3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +2 until end of turn. So it's got prowess. Well, not really prowess, or yeah, prowess, right? When you cast an instant or sorcery, something happens. But there's a +2/+0. So many candles, so many flammables, so little time. Now, that is a pumpkin. So is pumpkin carving a thing also on Innistrad? Was that in the original Innistrads, or is it just brand new for the new Innistrad set? Locked in the Cemetery. Two mana. Aura. It's one of the sleep type of spells. Can't untap. Cathar Commando, 2 mana, Human Soldier. It's got flash. It's a 3/1. Oh, someone just played this one right now. And then 1 and sacrifice this, destroy target artifact. So it's a 3/1 with flash, which can destroy stuff. Here's a flip card, Bait Hook Angler. It's a 2/1. It's got disturb. And then when it comes back from the graveyard, it comes back as a 1/2. Nice art. So here's some uncommons. Ritual of Hope, 2 mana. All your creatures get +1 until end of turn. If you've got Coven, they instead get +2/+1. Winterthorn Blessing, 2 mana sorcery. Put a +1 counter of up to 1 target creature you control. Tap up to 1 target creature you don't control, and that creature doesn't untap. Okay, so you freeze the opponent's creature for 1 turn. You get a +1 on yourself. Simic gets everything. This is so good. I'm surprised it's not sorcery, but it's got flashback, so you can do it again. I know this is going to be very good in the draft. Oh yeah, this is the heirloom mirror, the one that's got a lot of setup for maybe a result. 2 mana, artifact, 1 and a tap and a life and a discard. Draw a card, mill a card, and put a ritual counter on this. Then, if there are 3 or more ritual counters on this, flip it into a 4/4. With flying, with a mana sink of 3, exile target creature from your graveyard, give it +1 counter. So it could get bigger and bigger. There's a lot of setup. Definitely not a great idea for draft. Maybe for constructed, maybe for commander. And the rare is Sun Gold Sentinel, 2 mana human soldier. Whenever this enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. So definitely with a graveyard focused deck, that's good. Coven. Okay, Coven. 2. Choose a color. This gains hexproof from that color and can't be blocked. So it's kind of got protection. Activate only if you have Coven. Okay, so you can't get this part unless you have Coven, and if you have Coven, then you can do the stuff where it gains protection, I guess. And we got one of the new beautiful lands. Yeah, I feel like Coven was a variation of Party from back in Zendikar Rising, and it feels like a lot of work, but I guess it's something to strive for. And yeah, these brand new Drurer lands really look nice. Although when I was opening some last week on the stream, I was noting how the white one is the best because you can actually see them. You can see the edges. See that? You can see the edges of the planes. Whereas the black one, the blue one, and the green one are hard to see. So if you just look at them, they're at a distance. Okay, blue is vaguely visible. White is definitely visible. Red is also very visible, and black isn't. And then if you catch it in the light, maybe the black is kind of cool in the blue. The art is amazing, but then those edges. I have a degree in graphic design, and black on black, not too visible. Or dark on dark versus light on dark, that's visible. Dark on dark, not visible. And then a spirit, and then one of the flips. Let me see which ones I got here from these flip things. They have an official name, which I can't think of at the moment. So we have a number 3, I already had 3. There's a 4, that one is new. And then that's a 2, I already had 2. Let's say 5, I already had 5. That's a 6, okay, didn't have that one. And then that's an 8. So yeah, I have the whole panorama now, because these are the ones I was missing. We might form it, if you'll remind me in a bit. We could put all 9 of them together and get this amazing 9 panel art thing. You got the lands for gold? Oh, I didn't even realize you can get them for gold. That's pretty cool. Let's open one more, then we'll get back to some gameplay. On the second one, I'm going to zoom through the commons. Yeah, I'll give us a look in a moment. I'm going to zoom through the commons on this one, and then we'll see what good stuff, and then we'll get back to some gameplay. Blade Brand, give a creature death touch, draw a card, tapping at the window, draw cards, reveal a land, flashback it. Hilarious art on this one. Electric Revelation, 3 mana instant, discard a card, draw 2 cards, flashback. And then another one of these. Okay, this is just a plain old 3/3 flash and flying spirit for 5. Good old duress. This looks really nice in foil. I pulled a foil last week, and so all of the reflectivity of the chains looks amazing. The reflectivity of the chains is off the chain. Might of the Old Ways, 2 mana, give a creature +2. If it's Coven, also draw a card. Burn the Accursed, 5 mana instant, deal 5 damage to a creature and 2 damage to their controller, and then exile the card. Ooh, we got one of the cool new arts. I believe this is known as the... what's it called? The Harvest Art? Equinox Art, something like that. Dawnheart, Rejuvenator, 5 mana, Human Warlock. That's amazing art. Who did this art? That is... Cabrol. Huh. We gotta look up their art in a moment. Let's do it now, actually. Let's look up Cabrol's art. I wonder if that's how you pronounce it. So... advanced search. Artist. Cabrol. Not Cabron, but Cabrol. It's something else. Cool. They did Gisa, they did Hound Tamer. Brand new magic artist. It's kind of interesting. These are the only cards that this artist has ever drawn, and they're available here in Innistrad Midnight Hunt. And so we are seeing the rise of a brand new artist on this brand new set. What do you all say in the chat? Which of these 3 that Cabral has created, is the best? Dawnheart Rejuvenator, Gisa Glorious Resurrector, and Hound Tamer. Now, they have 2 arts for the front and the back on that. We'll go with the front side. Which do you all think? Which is the you like all 3, Stevie? You have to choose one. Let's say you have to choose one, or else you can never go back to improv. So which one would you all say is the best? You like the Hound Tamer. That one's pretty cool. There's Arlen with a bunch of cute little wolves. I know we call dogs like puppers, but do we call wolves anything like that, even though they're all in the canine family? I think I like the Gisa one a lot. I like how she's got that sort of self-assured pose with all of her undead minions. And this Dawnheart Rejuvenator art is also very nice. Vaguely reminds me of Garrick. Oh, I just noticed a detail here. We've also got... for the flip cards, they also do a little bit of a sun in the corner in this style that they don't do on the other ones. Alright, those are some cool cards from the brand new artist. Sebastian Cabral is the artist. Huh, they're signing... Tell me more. They're signing it only as Cabral on these cards. So you're saying their full name is Sebastian Cabral? Sebastian Cabral. Can we see more of their art somewhere? Is this the same person? Yeah, this is the same person. Cool. So they're doing this black and white art. Very cool. That's nice. That's got the great contrast from the same shot of they're in the living room, but then it fades into the character. Very nice. They definitely have this style, this black and white Albrecht Dürer style. Very evocative. Cool. So he draws very similar to how you do. Yeah, with all of that detail. And then in stark black and white. Back to the cards. So we've got this brand new... Now, how did you know that? Did you know that name? Or did you read somewhere that they were working on this on Magic? Or how did you know? So put this one over here. Candlegrove Witch, 2/2 with Coven. Gains flying until end of turn. Tireless Hauler, 5 mana, 4/5. When it flips, it's a big ol' 6/6. Rise of the Ants. We saw this one last stream where we did a digression to go look at the classic movie Them. Remember that? Ooh, this one's pretty epic art here. You saw the Donhart picture on it with his name on it. So 2 mana in Lorehold colors. Deals 2 damage to any target, and then flash back for 6. Plus you gain 2 life. We have the Bane Blade Scoundrel. I don't want to reveal the rare card yet. But we've got the Scoundrel. It's a 4/3, and then it eventually, when it rotates over, we have then the, hey there Cameron, how are you doing? We're opening some in real life cards, in real life packs of Innistrad Midnight Hunt. And here we got a big old 5/4 Bane Claw Marauder. When this becomes blocked, each creature blocking gets -1/-1. Very nice. So it's got, this is flanking. They brought flanking back, but they're not calling it flanking. When this becomes blocked, the creature gets -1/-1. And then when a creature blocking this dies, they lose 1 life. Cool. And then the rare of this pack is the Slogurk, the Overslime. It's a very busy art. 3 mana, Simic colors. It's a 3/3 ooze and legendary. So this is evoking, I guess, oozes like from the classic The Blob movie. 3/3 trample. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a +1 on this. Remove 3 +1s to return it to the owner's hand. So you have this cool evasion. And when this leaves the battlefield, so when it leaves the battlefield, which would also trigger from the bounce back, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. So this could be a lot of shenanigans, a lot of dirtling, a lot of back and forth land stuff, graveyard stuff. It can get bigger and bigger. Very interesting. I kind of cannot make out what I'm looking at. What about all of you? What do you see here? I don't see any face or eyes or whatever. I don't know what I'm actually seeing. Here's what I'm seeing. This circle over here, which I guess is the moon, to me looks like the classic round spaceman helmet. You know, like the Buzz Lightyear plastic helmet sort of thing. And then I sort of see a big old hand coming at you right here. And then a Buzz Lightyear helmet over here. That's what I see, which I don't think that's what they were going for, but it's just some big old ooze. I was gonna say wrapping around a building, but now I actually see a boat. So it's an ooze in the water battling a boat. I guess that's what that is. So we got that. We got the full art forest. And ooze, speaking of oozes, here's an ooze coming out of a rubbish bin, I guess. And it's a star/star +1. This looks like a math equation right there, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a really nice ooze picture, isn't it? So here's like a math equation. star/star +1. This creature's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is that +1. So it's sort of like the Tarmogoyf sort of thing. Yeah, the other one, I know. The Slogurk. And then this makes an interesting ooze. And then we have the one more of the concealment cards. So that was our Crack-a-Pack. Let's get back to some gameplay. Let's see. I think what I want to do at this point, we might do the draft, but what I want to do is a little bit of ladder climbing because the season ended and I haven't started to climb the ladder again. So let's climb the ladder a little bit. It's an ooze defending itself from a boat. Yeah, that's That's how we want to say it, definitely. So yeah, let's do a little bit of climbing the ladder. I think I got up to platinum, and then it brought me back down to gold, so let's play a little bit. We'll play a few games until we lose, maybe? We'll see how it goes. So like I'm on gold level 4. Grey Drek is the opponent. Got a ton of mana in my hand. Okay, they're doing the life gain. If they do a Johnny's Pridemate turn 2, this is gonna be the Johnny's Pridemate deck has many more ways to gain life now. However, there aren't a lot of... Okay, it's this deck. Oh man, I hate this deck. But I've got a Wrath of God, but it's 4 turns away, so... Actually, 1 turn away. Because I can play this, and then next turn, Wrath of God. So hopefully they play a bunch of creatures. I Wrath of God, and then they Rage Quit. Okay, there we go. Yep, they're totally trying to build up the... Yeah, who cares about a Johnny's Pridemate anymore? This is the card that everyone cares about now. So yep, you know, your deck is doing very well, but how about a Wrath of God? Now I need to get good stuff moving forward. Prosperous Innkeeper. Are you gonna eat up your treasure? Okay, you didn't eat the treasure. Fine. Let's... All I need to do is get something good, because I got 1,000,000 mana, but I just need something to spend it on. Yep, we did that Wraith of God. Alright, so that's a good one. Come on, give me something good. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana at 8 mana. If I get an Ugin next turn, I have 8 mana to summon it. Instead, I'll get a land. Amazing. Okay, let's crack this Mind Stone and maybe get something meaningful. And still nothing meaningful. Amazing. Okay. Well, they'll probably attack with their 1/1, and then I'll... Okay, people love that Cosmos Elixir. Check it out right here. Did you know that my artifact can come to life? Whoops. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. Another land. Okay. I really need a Wrath of God or it's game over, or I need one of my big spells because this is game over. And with 3... Do I have 10 mana already? Nope. Okay, well... You saw the Venom sequel today? It did already come out? I thought I thought it wasn't out just yet. I know that there's been a lot of hype for Venom Let There Be Carnage, but I didn't think it already debuted. I know I've got all of this land and nothing to build on it, but there's the randomicity of it. For, see, there we go. Now we've got a lot of amazing things in hand, but not enough mana for it, so we'll see. Sparky is the opponent. I wonder if they named themselves. Okay, another mono white deck. I think we're gonna run into at this tier, I bet you we're gonna run into a lot of white, mono white or white green decks. Oops, okay, we're doing white black. Fine. It's good starting point of the Okami multiverse. Shadow Spear, fine. I need to build this freaking mana. Okay, so now we're getting the opposite. We were getting mana flood before, now we're getting mana screwed. But I'm at 1, 2, 3. I'm barely at 4 mana. Missed the land drop. We're gonna equip that. Who cares? Amazing. is it this? Is Wizard supposed to be this obvious with their RNG that I got completely mana screwed last time and now mana flood here? Although at least what's going on here is that at least here they played Halvar instead of the sword, because that sword is annoying, definitely. One more mana, we can get Little Ugin, and then we're in business. We have a Johnny, they'll make their Pride Mate, next turn they'll equip it. Gain that life, so autopilot. And then I'm missing more land drops. Okay, if I don't get one more land next turn, I have to concede, because again, this is... If I get a board wipe, I can still make it. If I don't get a board wipe, I'm dead. They probably have one more of the gain life because it's pausing on one, so I'm sure it's one of the gain life. They'll hit Ugin, 4, 5, 6, and I'm still far away from anything good. I need another. I need land and I need a board wipe. So you've all seen this deck get to mythic, and then we're dead. Okay, well, really bad randomness. 2 games in a row. Let's play one more, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll play something else. So far 3 decks that are based on white. That must say something. And my stats aren't loading up properly, but right here, so I've got 1,000,000 mana for the good stuff. Now I just need to get the good stuff. My stats aren't loading up properly because it's not showing the latest stats for this Ulamog deck. Alright, so I've got all the mana. I can do Ugin next turn, so I just need to draw that. So on the first game, I was... There's Ulamog. Okay. Fine. It giveth and it taketh. And then they rage quit. Okay. Finally, first win out of these 3. Alright, let's play a little bit more, I guess. This time I will listen to myself, and if we do lose, we'll play something else. But I didn't want to play something else after 2 losses in a row, which statistically, is improbable. I know. What they didn't like was losing those lands. Lost their best creature and lost their land. Alright, we got some Rakdos. Finally a different color. Those last three or four that we played were all white based. So here's some Rakdos apparently. Nope, actually they're doing multicolors. Fine. Now same thing here. It's pausing priority, so they probably have some burn spell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana. Okay, I was gonna say I have 8 mana for an Ugin, but they're doing multicolor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 mana. This is a 10th mana in my hand, and then hopefully I pull an Ugin. Come on, Ugin. There's 4 in the deck. Come on, Ugin. Or not Ugin, but what's his name? Ulamog. Alright, so I can crack that Keydrawn Archive and draw 2, and then I've got double mana. I like these Power Stone shards a lot. Oops, we got a Nicol Bolas, but discard from my hand. Okay, discard from my hand. So, let's draw some cards to keep this Wrath of God safe. Yep, exactly. And then give him the old Shruggaroo. Oops, 1 more mana. Nope, okay. Fine, let us Wrath. Let's Wrath. Bring out another stone. Bring that out. Bring out that stone. We'll crack the stone coming back to our turn, just in case they have another discard spell. Oops, Nicol Bolas, that's a good one. So I have a million things that could take care of it. Each opponent exiles a card or a permanent. Who cares? I've got mana for days. Come on, card draw. Another land, amazing. There we go. So it's Ugin versus Nicol Bolas. 3, 6, 9 mana from 3 artifacts. And then -5. They'll probably have removal. Looks like they've got a mishmash of everything on their deck. So I doubt that they're gonna have some sort of removal. Put a little pressure by attacking with this little 2/2, and then just keep waiting for some good stuff to keep coming out of the top. Alright, they're gonna want to steal my own creature out of my own graveyard. Not good. If I get Ulamog, I can get rid of that plus a land. That Castle Lothtoin. So come on, Ulamog. Or if I get another big Ugin, I can exile that, because that's going to be bad. Obviously, using my own cards against me. That's a land. Okay, well, amazing. Let's play something else. The algorithm seems weird this time around. Actually, let's take a little break. Haven't taken a break in a while. Alright everyone, let's do one more. Well, we've got 2 more packs. We'll do one pack to open up at this point, a little bit more gameplay, and then the final pack. Even though that mojito drink wasn't amazing, I do feel that it is, thank you, I do feel that it is doing its job. Crossroads Candle Guide, it's a 4-mana scarecrow. When this enters, exile up to 1 target card from any graveyard, pay 2, make 1 mana. Flip the Switch, 3 mana, counter a spell unless they pay 4, and then create a zombie. There's epic art here, a Morkrut Behemoth, 5 mana for a 7/6. Although you need to sacrifice a creature, or if you don't, you pay 7 mana. And this has Menace, the big one. Candlelight Cavalry, 6 mana, Human Knight, 5/5 with Coven. Gains Trample. Soul Guide Gryph, this is really cool art. This is a Hippogriff Spirit, really nice art. 5 mana flying. This enters, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard, so it deals with their spirits in the graveyard. Consider, so here's the new opt. 1 blue mana, instant, look at the top card of your library, you may put it into your graveyard, whereas opt would put it to the bottom of the library. Consider could put it into the graveyard for some synergy, and then you draw a card. Lambhole Terrier, 2 mana, it's a wolf, pay 4 mana, and then a creature cannot be blocked. So 2 mana for a 2/2, and then you pay 4 mana and make something unblockable. There's that zombie I was using a few times, 3 mana for a 2/2 with Death Touch. When it dies, make another zombie. Gavany Trapper, 1 white mana, it's a 0/2, pay 2 and tap a creature. Some of the cool art here, the Tavern Ruffian, 4 mana, 2/5, and then when it becomes nighttime, you get a 6/5. That's cool. So 4 mana for eventually a free 6/5. Here's the uncommons. Phantom, yeah, definitely nice art, right? So much detail, and then their face looks cool. Innistrad's a pretty fun set. And then we've got 6 mana, 4/4, Phantom Carriage, it's a spirit, it's got flying. When it enters, you may search your library for a card with flashback, or disturb and put it into your graveyard. So you can go tutor for a flashback or disturb card and put it in the graveyard. Next, the Voldaren Ambusher, 3 mana, Vampire Archer, it's a 2/2. When it enters, if an opponent lost life, this deals X damage up to 1 target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of... Wait, when this enters the battle, never mind about life. Oh, no, wait. They do have to lose life, and then you get the X damage bit. Covetous Castaway, 2 mana, 1/3. When it dies, mill, and then bring it back to life eventually, and you get the Ghostly Castigator, it's a 3/4. And we might have seen it here. Look at that. Check it out, Mark. We got the Lord of the Forsaken. Speaking of that one card that is mythic that we felt that could need a little bit extra, here it is. 6 mana Demon, 6/6. So it's 6 mana plus 6/6. That's 6/6 right there. Oh no. It's got flying, it's got trample, also known as flamble. You pay 1 and a sacrifice. Target player mills 3 cards. Pay 1 life. Add colorless. So, colorless counts for generic, right? So if I want to pay generic mana costs, I can use colorless for generic, right? So I can pay as much. This is channel built into a creature, but spend this mana only to cast a spell from your graveyard. I'm sure there's something we could do with the card to make an awesome combo. Yeah, because you need to sacrifice before mill happens, and it's only going to be mill 3. And then the mana, the life becomes mana, but only for things in the graveyard. Yeah, I guess in total. You know, the abilities, I guess, are not so amazing, but still getting a 6/6 flying trample on curve, not legendary. I guess that's something to say for it, but it's not extremely combo-ish. That is the mythic rare. That's the mythic rare I opened up today. Then we've got a mountain, looks amazing. And then a bird holding an eyeball in its beak. And then once again one of the marker cards. So we've got one more booster. We'll open that final booster after we do a little bit of gameplay. Let's get back and do some gameplay. I'm not going to do draft tonight. I feel it's a little late to get started with the draft, so we'll just do some gameplay over here. Nothing too committal. I have no expectations out of this Innistrad deck. This is the assassinate your token, assassinate their creatures 3 times and they lose automatically. I haven't had a lot of luck with it, and I don't care. I'm just kind of trying to have fun with this deck. But I often see that when people start to see the wheels in their head turning about, oh, if you assassinate 3 of my things, I lose automatically. Now, I am dealing with a Planeswalker, so we'll see how it goes. But as soon as people start to see that the ability of this Planeswalker, what is this? Then they rage quit. So we'll see what we can do here. So a couple of removals and unsubstantiate. Unsubstantiate would be for me to pull off that combo. They're playing Gruel. Yeah, think about that. So we got Magda. That makes treasure. So either Heartless or Eliminate. We'll see next turn how their fate is sealed. You may look at the top card. You may play lands. Fine, but let's get some of their treasure creation out of here, and then let's remove that. Next turn I can play Atrata, or I can wait and play Atrata plus protection. We have a Bigri. Okay, that's a good one. Gotta get rid of that. So they definitely have a lot of synergistic cards. So let's just keep wrecking their position. They have their 4th land anyway for Arlen. But then I have 5 mana to summon my... Okay, so they're going to do that. Fine. Unsubstantiate, return a spell. I could return that back to their hand. Nah. And then I cultivate. Okay, they're just trying to get a bunch of mana. So I can summon Atrata safely. I also have a way to protect her. Dive down. And then just start assassinating their stuff. They have to read it a couple of times. They're like, what? Unblockable? What? Hit counter? Alright, so that's an 8/8. Alright, so I have to hold priority for this. Hold priority. Hold priority. I have to be very careful about this. Hold priority. Attack. Hold priority. Hold priority. I don't know why it doesn't let you automatically hold it. So, target that. Hold priority. Submit. Flash me back in. Pay with these 2. I assassinate that. Oops, this is a mistake here. Yeah, that was a mistake. You have to be very careful about this because the default is that it's going to go back to your command zone, which is exactly what happened here, which is not what I wanted. So I have to be very careful with this deck. Man, so that was a misplay. You have to be very careful about holding priority and looking at that button and doing all of that, because now I'm wasting all the way down to 6 mana on that. 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I have to get into the headspace of using this deck properly, because you have to hold priority to bounce it back to your hand. It doesn't happen automatically like it would on Magic Arena. And, I mean Magic Online. And then you have to carefully select to bring it back to your hand. Now, what did they +1 here? Until your next turn, you may cast creatures as though they had flash. Okay, fine. Flash creatures. So let's block that. Paradise Druid. I have an unblockable Etrata. I could destroy that wolf. Let's just go about kicking it right here. So kick it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? Fine. 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. Okay, let's kick this. Target opponent discards 2 cards, target creature, destroy. Okay, let's do both. So, target an opponent, target a creature. That was just one final land. Dumb. Alright, so they're going to re-summon their Arlen. Oops, a Sanctum. Okay, worthless. I doubt they'll attack, and you shouldn't attack. Because then you'll lose hexproof off of... Okay, fine, you will attack me with that. Fine. Okay, let's do it again. We need to be very careful about how this works. So, full control. Well, it's only going to work if I attack them. Fine. Okay, full control. Full control, full control, full control. Target that. Full control, okay. Bounce this back to my hand. Now read what this says. Yes, pay that, pay that. Resolve. Return it to my hand, not to the command zone. Exile that, put a hit counter. So 2 things have a hit counter. So 1 more of those and they lose. Those are tokens, so it doesn't count with tokens. Resummon Etrata. Have 1 mana for the dive down. Okay, if they summon 1 creature... If they summon 1 creature that I can exile, none of these will work. All of these are just tokens, so none of those will work. They have nothing in hand to flash cast, who cares? You may look at the top card at any time, you may cast a creature. Okay, so they have the ability to cast from the top. Their Wi-Fi died. Okay, no problem, I'm still here. Trying to get this Etrata deck to do her thing, but they need... They need to have a creature that is substantial for me to exile. It's night time, they gain mana, whatever, they'll make more wolves. It feels like that animation appeared in the wrong place. Oh, I see, because she's a wolf. Fine. A wolf with haste. They can't resummon that. Let's foul play that, then we will investigate this. I guess they know that it's just one more thing, and then they can until I've turn becomes a 5/5 rule, so trample, indestructible, and haste. That's annoying. That's just until end of turn. Well, this is probably game over, because that will become a 5. Well, maybe. Whenever you attack, put a +1 counter on the attacker. Yeah, this is going to be game over. Well, I do have a dive down, actually. 1 red mana for something. Thrill of Possibility, sure. They didn't want to play that Lotus Cobra because then they would lose. They're going to turn that into an indestructible creature. They're going to attack with it. I'm going to dive down for 1 protection. Hey Jack, how are you doing? I'm this close to winning. But that's got trample. Okay, we're very close to winning, but not holding my breath. They did an oops. Are they oopsing me because they're gonna +10 their creature? Probably. We're gonna do some final damage or something. There's gonna be 5 damage on that, and then the final damage on that. So, yep, I guess that's a thing, and then that has a locket, and then that's a final vanquish. So okay, I guess that's game over. So again, we were this close to getting it. I think part of it was that very early mistake about not holding priority correctly. That sucked. Oh, that sucked my mana incorrectly. So we'll play with that deck one more time, but this is the example here where the fast-paced action of Arena does not help this deck because it doesn't hold priority. And I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but for me, it never activates the automatic priority feature. I have to turn it on every single time. Supposedly there's a setting for it to remember priority every time, but for me it's never worked. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I have to manually set my own. Oh, check it out. Brian3663@gmail.com is the opponent. So here's an opponent that has chosen to put their email address in their username. I've only really seen that one other time. And this other person that I was playing against that had their email like that, our game progressed, and my deck was very annoying. And then it was an infinite. It was the Vesper kill deck, and I really really annoyed them. And then I emailed them and I said sorry for the infinite combo, and they never responded to me. Cycling A. I guess you were expecting to play a land with that Lotus Cobra and summon your Volo already. 2 mana green for some reason. Okay, so we can play this. I'm probably going to remove that from the deck because that relies on an artifact. 4th mana. Gonna be headed out. All right. Take care. Thanks for visiting. Let's see if my commander strategy will work. Before you leave, you can say happy birthday to the cat one more time. He came by to say hello. He knew you were leaving, so let me go full screen here. Where is it? Full screen? Full screen right here. You can say happy birthday one more time to the kitty. Kitty, look over there. Look over there. Not my arm. The camera, look over there. Fine, I'll let him go do this thing. And back to the gameplay. Alright, so, again, here's what we need to do. Hold full priority. Go to attack. All attacks with full priority. Hold priority. Target their thing. Keep holding priority. Bounce myself back to my hand. Submit, and then this time select my hand, not the command zone. There we go, we get the surveil with a rescue. Okay, I'll take that. Although it would be better if I had 1 more mana. I know, he's tasting me, right? They might summon their Volo. If they get their blue mana, they can summon their Volo and then start doing their Volo tricks. I'll probably kill... yeah, there's Volo. Okay. Okay, so I got an island. Power 3 or less. Let's just do that because they really want that Volo. There's a couple of ways to lose. I mean, what that deck really wants is to get lots of copies with Volo. So we might as well remove Volo to slow them down. 3, 4, 5, 6. If they get their next mana, then it's back on the battlefield. And then I've got a Deadly Alliance, and then I can get Innistrad back. Start to do the hit counters. Very sweet cat. Yep. At that moment, oh, Shoreline. This is one of these new amazing cards that automatically gives you a tropical island. Can you believe it? Here's one of these brand new broken cards that only exists on Arena. Hey, wait a minute. When this enters the battlefield, you may exile this card or land from your hand. If you do, conjure. Oh, okay. It's not just automatic. You have to do an exile first. Okay, I didn't even realize that. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll bring out Innistrad. It'll place another hit counter. Got the shield. Night Pack, not good. Okay, so they will play no spells on their turn. To make a wolf, I will attack with Innistrad, exile that wolf. They have 2 hit counters, bounce Innistrad back to my hand. They might do a bite tactic, but then they won't get more free wolves. What are you going to do? If you play no spells, you get more free wolves, but if you play spells, you don't get free wolves. They're going to play a spell just like that. See? No free wolves for you. Anyway, what's happening here? Put 2+ counters on it. Sure. Just like Willy Wonka said, you get nothing! Then I will attack. Ooh, they're going to attack with a 6. Fine. I can take 6 damage. Foul play that merfolk. Hold priority. You have to be very careful here. Hold priority. Hold priority. Exile that. Pay for it. No, actually, then I'm substantiating myself here. Go back to my hand, yes. There we go, exile their thing. 2-hit counters. And then finish with a foul play. Okay, so if I summon a Trotta, and then they summon their Volo, and start to pop off, that's fine. Well, I'll probably just... I don't even want to give him the chance to pop off with Volo. Although with Rescue, I could finish things off. Now, let me ask you there in the chat. I can play a Trotta. I cannot protect her when it comes back to their turn. But, on my turn, I can do the attack, exile their final creature, kill them. I could instead kill their commander right now. They might rage quit, because their whole deck is based on their commander. Magical Christmas Land is I want a Trotta to do her thing, but I'm just gonna kill their commander because the whole deck is based on their commander, so it's even more expensive to summon, and they won't be able to summon it next turn. And the whole point of my deck is to do the wins by 3 hits. Vastwood, go get a couple of lands. Gotta vote for Kill Commander. Great minds think alike. Definitely did that. Gotta Trotta one more time. I can investigate in a moment. If they summon any creature, it is ready to be assassinated, and then I win the game. They have 25 life, and then I win. But let's see what they do. This is where I said I don't have protection for her. So if they do... Okay, they're going to hold off. They don't want to play anything because they're dead. So we'll just do 3 damage at a time. Yep, definitely killed it. I think that's the better play. Play a land off of that. Okay. Let's... make them discard 2. Tyrite Sword, Tyrite Sanctum. Chat is lagging a bit. Yeah, the data has to travel from the southern hemisphere all the way up over here. What did they discard? Ooh, Grazalix, Devourer, and Tendrils. Alright, well, we'll just do... They have 1 final mana. I mean, they have 1 final card in hand. I guess you're on a clock. What is 25 divided by 3? Help me out there in the chat. 25 divided by 3. Because that's the clock that they're on. If I kill them, email an apology. If I kill them with a Trotta's ability, definitely. Brian 3663. And then a Chitter Spitter, which will make a token, which will not count towards the assassination. And we'll just do that. Let's read it carefully. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a token. You don't have tokens. If you do, put an acorn. This gets +1. Create a squirrel. Okay, so 1 green, create a squirrel. So I'll probably attack. They'll create a squirrel. This will bounce back to my hand. So here's where we get stuck because they have to play something. Okay, I guess they'll make squirrels. I have Baleful Mastery. Sacrifice this, put an indestructible counter, target legendary creature becomes whatever. So make another sacrifice you to put a counter. So what happens when they put acorn counters? Squirrels you control get +1 for each acorn. Okay, so it's an anthem effect, but you have to sacrifice squirrels first. They're just gonna pass. They don't want to play anything. I guess one thing to be on the lookout for is if they play their what's that one land that comes to life? Well, there's plenty of lands that come to life currently in Standard, but there's that one snow land that comes to life. Make another squirrel, sure. They want to depart me. I guess I can live with that. Back to the hand. Six, seven, eight, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have enough mana for Volo. So let's see if they summon Volo, and then I have an answer for Volo. Single mana in their hand. Oops, they're tapping things the right way so they can have their counterspell ready to protect Volo. Which is fine because we've got a Blood on the Snow next. Yes, exactly. Actually, nope. Maybe they didn't tap quite right. If they want to hold counterspells, actually they do. They have blue. Never mind. They have blue for a counterspell. Let's see what happens. I will do the Baleful Mastery at the end of their turn. If they have a counterspell for that, who cares? I've got Blood on the Snow next. Nope. Okay. They do have the 2 mana to summon it again next turn, however. Now, I might get counterspelled right here. Okay. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Return target permanent you control. I can return their Chitter Spitter back to the hand for some reason. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would ascend and put it back to the top of their library. That will prevent them from a draw. Yeah, let's do that. Let's toss that back. They'll probably respond with making another squirrel, but then they just become 1/1s. Yep, put that back on top. I have Blood on the Snow, and I can respond to that by bouncing and try it back to my hand. Nope, your Tyrite Sanctum won't do anything at all. It attaches it deals with a legendary. You have a squirrel. You have no legendary squirrels at the moment. I guess I'll just attack and do 3 more damage. Bring a Trotter back to my hand. Oops, a Bookworm. That's game over. Gain 3 life and draw a card. I guess they're expecting something out of this card draw. If they don't get anything good, this is game over for them. Yeah, this is game over for them. I guess they're just like, let's get this over with. They're gonna rage quit here. I'm gonna let the squirrel hit me, and they're gonna rage quit before it gets to my turn. And don't even need to hold priority or whatever. Here's 3 assassinations. There we go. Alright everyone, email brian3663@gmail.com, and apologize for this annoying deck. Good night, Cameron, as well. I don't know if you left already, but if you did, this win is dedicated to you. So 3 Atrata assassinations. We assassinated a Nightpack Ambusher, an Ochre Jelly, and a Bookworm. A 4/4, a 0/0, and a 7/7. And then Atrata did her nightly assassinations in the shadows, and the opponent lost. I guess they kind of felt nothing could get out of their control. So why not actually switch over to my email account over here? Brian3663@gmail.com. Sorry about the trotter. With a little sweaty face. Where's the sweaty face? Sweaty face. And we will say, let's start off positively. Volo is a good deck. Sorry, my Atrata can be annoying. And then another sweaty smiley face there. Good luck on your next. Oops. Good luck on your next Brawl Games. Thumbs up. And I'll let you all know if they reply to me with a middle finger or not. But I'm sure they want to get contacted if they have their email address as their username. So send. I'll let you all know if they reply or not. Like I said, I did that with someone else also. ConnorKalen@gmail.com. That was on September 1st. And I said to them, infinite loops, huh? And they never replied to that. Tell them to subscribe. I don't want to say that because then they're going to go to my account and then just thumbs down everything. Probably wrap things up in a little bit, but I'm going to play this infinite combo. Remember this Vesper Lark infinite combo? I haven't played it since the stream a few weeks ago. Let's play this infinite combo deck and then maybe call it a night. Maru Ken is the opponent. And okay, we've got Vesper Spark. We just need the other piece of the puzzle and black mana. So actually, this is not a good hand. We need black mana plus the other card. Here we go. Well, now we need white mana. Okay, all we need is one white mana, and we're in business for the infinite combo instant kill. If I get one white mana, I'll play Cruel Celebrant. That's not white mana. But if I can get one white mana next turn, this is an infinite kill. That's not white mana. Okay. Let's play this. Let's see if I've got any counter spells. No counter spells. Come on, one white mana. Game over if you get one white mana. What's this sleeve here? Ooh, that's cool. Haven't seen those before. There's the white mana. Okay, unless they have a counterspell, this is game over. I have to do the hold priority. Okay, here we go. Evoke it. Resolve it. Okay, no response at all, so they're dead. I have to just be careful that I keep pressing this properly. Yeah, this, and there we go. They figured out it's the infinite combo. There we go, it's the infinite combo. But actually I wasn't exactly thinking clearly because I needed the Vesper Lark, I needed the white mana, I needed the Withering, and then I needed the kill loop. So it was good. I wasn't thinking straight because I was going to pull off the combo without the win condition, which was the Bastion of Remembrance, or it would have also Cruel Celebrant would have done the same thing. Well, yeah, so I did have it in hand. I just wasn't thinking that I needed to put one of these permanents out first. Anyway, there's another example of that infinite kill. Does my stats tracker tell me how well that deck is doing? And my stats tracker doesn't look like it's behaving properly. Yeah, see, it's only listing this deck from 15 days ago. What is wrong with my stats tracker? It's listing Brawl stats. We can look at those for a moment, but it's... Oh wait, here we go, play. There we go. The season reset, so that's not impressive, but... Oh, here we go. Yeah, this isn't right. I've only got 3 matches with that deck. That doesn't make sense. I thought I played that deck. I think there's something wrong with this stats tracker. Oh, this makes more sense. Why does this say I played it 1 month ago? The Brawl stats seem correct. Etrada 64%, Jace 54%. Although I was having bad luck earlier today, that affected it a bit. Liliana has 69% win rate. One of the many Liliana decks that I have. This is a fun deck, but it's got bad win rate. Ulamog in Brawl. Not as good as I would like. This Ajani deck, I just crafted it, but I need more plays with it. That Oswald Artifact Shenanigans deck, 44 losses. Zakama, 53%. Another Liliana deck focused on zombies, 58%. The different versions of that Wilhelt deck that I'm trying to make work, 50% here. That's the one of the video that I made last week. Another Liliana deck, 53%. That's pretty bad there. I'm trying to get that demon deck to work. This demon deck, it's just all demons with the alternate win condition. Liliana's something or other. If you control 4 demons with 4 different names, you automatically win. I haven't been able to get that one to win. Kali has been terrible. It's about summoning. You summon Kali and then you get some free demons. That's not really working out. This mono black Aceraric deck, that's not working either. This Dimir Rogues deck. This doesn't make sense. This is my historic deck, but it's counting it under Brawl, so I don't know what's wrong there. This Traxos deck is pretty bad. It's just artifacts. The idea is to summon... Traxos is a 4 mana 7/7, but it comes into the battlefield tapped, but it untaps every time you summon an artifact. So I'm just trying to summon artifacts and get a big ol' 7/7, but that's not really working. This doesn't make sense. Brawl Jace. Oh, that's the old Brawl deck. It's the old Brawl deck, and that old Brawl deck is dead, so let's just remove that. Gadrak, I haven't played that Gadrak deck in a while, but that was winning somewhat. I haven't updated this Turgrid deck. It didn't really win that much, actually. It kind of annoyed the opponent, but it didn't really win. That Lothleth deck, Alenda, Izamaru, 13 losses. That Lorehold deck, I haven't played it in a while. After this rotation happened, I lost a lot of these decks. I haven't updated that Nahiri deck, but that one was pretty fun. And then the mono green giant Donkey Kong deck. If you can come up with something for the Lord of the Forsaken, it sounds fun. Let me know in the Discord there. That also reminds me that I need to post a little bit more on the Discord. Ooh, the Tiamat deck, 56%. Just summon a bunch of dragons and then take out the big mama dragon. Ooh, that Brawl deck with Finn with everything Death Touch. You know what? That kind of inspires me. I kind of like that Finn deck, although it was really dumb. But people would rage quit with that deck as soon as they realized what was happening. Let me update that deck and play it one time before we wrap up for the night. Mono green Death Touch with poison counters. The only poison cards on Arena. Let's update this to the modern, not to the modern, but let's update this to 100 cards. That's not right. Not traditional historic, traditional brawl. Hold on a moment. Alright, go from standard brawl to historic brawl, and then auto fill in forests. I put in a bunch of these regular forests for me. If it's going to do that for me, I might as well put in a bunch of the might as well put in a bunch of the mismatched basics. And let's see if we have access to any more Death Touch creatures that are not in the deck. Creature not collected. That has to transform. They've got Death Touch. Yeah, get on my squad. Sedge Scorpion. Narnon Cobra. You have to pay an extra to give it Death Touch. Maybe. You have to pay it to also give it Death Touch. As additional cost, reveal an elf or pay 3, so that's 4 mana for a Death Touch. I guess those are all of the affordable Death Touch. Uranus cannot attack or block unless you have another big creature. That's not going to work too well. Oh yeah, Sairith. Other tapped creatures you control gain Death Touch, so this gives other creatures Death Touch. That I like that Ronus better. Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen is a flyer that gives also flyers. But it's mythic. Do I want to spend a mythic? Sure. So that's all the Death Touch creatures that exist, but are there any other Death Touch adjacent things? So there aren't any other... That's all the Death Touch creatures, but I guess I'll load this up with fight spells and draw. I like these 2 mana artifacts that can trip. Crashing Drawbridge might... Maybe I'll put in some things here about... haste. What are all the haste artifacts? And what other fight spells? Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Okay, perfect. Fight, Rabid Bite. I already have that Rabid Bite. Nature's Way. Target creature you control gains vigilance and trample. It deals damage. Okay, another fight spell. Charge of the Forever Beast. As an additional cost, reveal a creature. Yeah. Choose your weapon, double target, deals 5 damage. And first spell, yeah. There's so many of these fight spells that are just nice with very little mana, so I'm gonna grab those first. Yeah, that's already all of them. That's everything. Probably need to fix the mana base a little bit. I need all the 2 mana artifacts. Ornithopter of Paradise. Check it out. I don't know if you've seen this card mark. It's Ornithopter of Paradise. It's an ornithopter plus a bird of paradise. That's fun. 2 mana, however. Good old Ornithopter was only 0 mana. There we go, 100 cards. Very mean deck with a lot of death touch creatures, a lot of fight spells. If I go first, so ideally, if I go first, turn 1, poison creature, turn 2, Finn, they probably don't have any blockers, they get their first poison, and then they realize, oh, this deck is going to kill me in 5 turns. Well, even faster than that, because every poison creature that deals damage adds the 2 poison counters. So in theory, this wipes out the opponent if they don't have good blockers. Yeah, okay, Tatiovia. So this is Simic that cares about landfall. I go first. Okay, there we go. There's my turn 1. There's my turn 1 poison creature. Then there's my commander turn 2. And if they realize what's going on, they might rage quit. Let's see how many times they look at my commander to see what does your commander do. Okay, so here we go. So they're gonna see right away. What's going on here? What is that counter? 2 mana. And I've got the Devouring 10. Oops, no mana there. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Are they gonna do some sort of bounce spell or some flash creature? Let's see. It is pausing for priority. Maybe it's just a land drop. I mean, like an opt or something. Okay, there's already 2 poison counters right there. I could try summoning a 1/1. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see, give them a chance to counterspell me to think that they did something. Nope. Okay, well it's game over for them next turn. Growth Spiral. Draw a card, place a land. Who cares? They're going to summon Tetiova. They're going to have one blocker. I'm going to attack with 2. That's game over. I'm going to attack with 3 Poisoners. 2 will get through. It's going to be 2 more. That's going to be... Yep, this is game over for them. Unless they can summon a 1-mana crab. Nope. Okay, this is a good game for them. Don't want to be too cocky, but this is game over. Yeah, this is game over. You're gonna block one thing, my poison will still get through, and they lost their will to live. There we go. That is way too mean. I even forgot why did I put Toski in there? It doesn't really deal with... Toski doesn't have Death Touch, but it gains you a lot of card draw. Death by poison. This is the only way to play poison on Arena at the moment. You have to have Finn on the battlefield, and then poison is a thing. If you don't have Finn, there's no poison. But that was perfect. It was my first turn. It was my play, and then it was a turn 1 1-mana Death Toucher, and then a guaranteed turn 2 Poison Commander. And then we're off to the races. Niv Mizzet, okay. There's gonna be some counter spells and burn here, probably, so this will be a little trickier. My stuff's gonna die a little faster, unfortunately. Nothing good on turn 1. I'll try to... And they go first, so I'll try to mulligan. I guess if I can mulligan into something good, but I know they're gonna have shocks and all of that. There we go, turn 1 Sedge Scorpion. Thorn Mammoth, which is not a poison creature, but it is a fight creature. If they do a turn 1 mountain, okay, a tapped mountain. That's the Bugbear. Oh no, that's the Forgotten Cave. Yeah, this definitely an Izzet deck is going to be annoying because they're either going to torch my creatures or counterspell my creatures, but it didn't pause for priority, so they don't have anything. No, they do have something. They do have the... Oh, I guess not. Okay, fine. Anyway, I can easily torch Finn next turn, but I can resummon it relatively quickly. Pausing with everything in hand, eh? Well, I'll try to bait a counter spell, perhaps, or something out of this. Brainstorm, okay. Next turn it's game over if they can't deal with both of my creatures. Pausing on double red, which is fine because they might be able to torch my Finn, but then I can resummon it with 4 mana. That is their living land. Okay, what do we want here? Obvious. Still pausing for 2 with 2 more mana. Try to resummon it, probably counterspelled on that. Oops, no counterspell, good. Does Finn no, Finn doesn't trigger at that point. We're just gonna get a little bit of back and forth here with... They're gonna keep killing my commander, so it'll be slow until they get their Niv Mizzet. But then I might have enough to then summon the Mammoth, kill Mizzet, and then get in for that damage. They already had 6 poison. You don't want to exile that ground, although you're missing the colors that you need. So another Mastery to torch me again. Fine. Single blue mana. Just play your Opt already. Don't even Don't even try to be impressive. Yeah, their mana base is all wrong. They played 2 colorless lands. I could have a Shatter. Don't care if I lose those artifacts. If they pass with full mana, I'm sure they're gonna have a counter spell. Yep, obvious. Player is obvious. That's 6 mana to resummon Finn, but it's gonna walk right into a counter spell. So instead, let's see about this. Another card draw. Okay, so there's another land drop. I guess they'll go get an island. They're really far off from casting their commander. They're gonna pass with open mana, so this is where we're gonna get stuck here. We're gonna have to play patiently. And to be honest, I'm not the best patience player. I obviously want to summon Finn and just go in for all of those poisons. But they're passing with full untapped mana, so I guess I'll just keep putting pressure here. Got a few card draws. Get rid of that brainstorm. Another card draw. Yeah, that music is this music that they're playing for me sounds a little too hardcore. Alright, there's one counter spell. Still holding priority for something. Oh, that's why they're holding priority out of that land, which does nothing. So we might be safe with... Nah, I doubt it. I'll just keep attacking here. 5 damage at a time isn't so bad. So either do something or keep getting 5 damage. Yep, they're waiting for me to do something. I already got 5 power on the board, so I guess we'll go that way. Nope, that's not enough for Niv Mizzet. We need 1 more red mana source. Fine, I guess that's a thing you can do. I guess you can do that. Don't tell me they have a Pact of Negation. Okay, you got a Pact of Negation. Fine, there's another Death Toucher there. Pact of Negation. So they're gonna tap them out for 5. We have 2 mana left, which could be 1 more counter spell. Should we do it? Should we try to summon our Finn 1 more time? They have 1 blue mana open. It could be like a Force Spike, but I've got mana for it. It is pausing on priority right now, but I don't know if that's one of their lands or something in hand. That Pact of Negation shut them down a bit. I'm gonna go for it. This game won't progress if I don't do something, and these Izzet players are so good at that stalling tactic, so let's try to summon that Finn. Oh, okay, that got through. Here's another poison for y'all. There we go. Even if you summon... So, even if they play their third mountain and summon Niv Mizzet, I have 2 attackers. They're gonna block Finn. 1 Death Toucher will get through, and then the poison will still hit. So let's see what happens. Ah, take an extra turn. Fine. They're really digging for that final. They're digging for that final land. Well, they have 2 blockers now, so they can negate my attacks. Actually, Hunter's Mark could get rid of 1 of them, but I want to save that Hunter's Mark when they summon their Niv Mizzet. Yeah, let's hold on to that. Summon Niv Mizzet, Hunter's Mark right away to fight poison. Fight with Death. Ooh, there's their 3rd mana right there. Let's give them the 3rd mana. Cheer. If they were... Okay, you have no way to protect Niv Mizzet now. No way to protect Niv Mizzet. Although they do have the 2 mana to summon it next turn. So what I need to do here is, on my turn, Thorn Mammoth to kill 1 of their birds. They have their defenses are down for 1, and then I attack with 2, final Death Touch. Is it too presumptuous to good game them? They can do something with 2 mana. No, they can't. I don't want to be arrogant, but I think this is game over for them. Because then Thorn Mammoth strikes down 1 bird, they have 1 blocker, I've got 2 poison attackers. And then that's game over. Take that, is it players? And they lost their will to live. Okay, well, I think that's a good way to finish it off right there, up against the mighty Niv Mizzet with my lowly Death Touch creatures, even after they struck me with a freaking 20 damage spell. Destroy target land. This deals 20 damage to each creature and Planeswalker. Flavor text: the visions haunt me. I see the end of the world, brought on by the search for the immortal sun. And that is Shaper Pashona. Yeah, the poison still goes up. I don't know if you asked that question earlier or not, but yeah, even if Finn died that turn, apparently it still counts the poison. And here they just had one blocker, so they had their Pact of Negation, the 0 mana counter spell, and then they also had their Alrund's Epiphany take an extra turn. And out of that extra turn, they got their final red mana to summon the mighty Niv Mizzet, and that card always pops off. Every time you play a non-creature spell, they draw cards, deal damage. It's an amazing card. But they didn't... These colorless cards are not going to help you. Yeah, I know you want to bring to life, you want to do one of these living land techniques to turn this living land so big. Now, we're in Historic, so we have more land destruction. And then this sacrifices exile all cards. I know you're worried about people's graveyard shenanigans, but with your triple red, triple blue, this mana base is not conducive to your amazing commander. That really lost them a lot of turns. Even if they took an extra turn from Alrund's Epiphany. And then big ol' scary mammoth jumping in, a big ol' 6/6 battling a 1/1 bird. And then, yep, 1 block would have blocked me, 1 poison would have gotten through, they were already at 8. And then, like, peace out. You're welcome. Let's end the stream at this point, almost 4 hours. Glad people had a little bit of fun. And opened up some boosters. And saw some cards. So we'll wrap up at this point. The cat wandered off somewhere. But thanks everyone for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or etc. We'll be back next week for more Magic gameplay and the like. We'll see what special events are happening. Play more Magic. Okay. Thanks everyone. Take care. See you next time.